disruption. We was trying something new here at Simplay Motorsport. That hasn't gone to plan. So we are now back. As you can see, Big Boy Brazier has taken the pole position. Welshie has got P2 with Deeks in 3rd place. Rabbit Joe a good 4th place for him. Liam Gamer sits behind him in 5th with Stealth Sloth 6th place. Cam in 7th, Aiden 8th, DJ Phil 9th, and Lewis down in P10. So we are going to get ready to race now, and hopefully when Project Cars loads and lets me do it. Oh, please don't give us Project Cars problems now, that's all we need. Oh, no, here we go. So we are getting ready now to race. So hopefully we'll be back underway. Like I say, apologies about that just a moment ago. We was testing something here, but it hasn't worked, so the stream may not buffer like it was doing a moment ago. You may be alright now, but yeah, that is a fault on our end. We do apologise for that, but we are back now.
Tell you what, the picture quality looks absolutely fantastic once again now, though.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Just a shame because it was we're trying to do something so nice and it just didn't work. Oh well.
The thing is that we had the same problem over Emotive. I tried to do OBS on my PC, and the main problem wasn't actually my PC; it was my internet. So you know, similar result, but a different problem, pretty much.
Okay, so we look like we're about ready to go here. The lights are on here at Fuji. Round 13 of this race. We're away here. And who gets the best to start? There's a Porsche there with no lights on who didn't get away well at all. And that could hinder him here. That is, I'm not quite sure who that is. Oh, Welshie.
Welshie late on the brakes.
Gone deep.
He's a bit wide. Oh, we've got a bit of a contact in the background there.
Oh, Welshie's
very wide there on the exit of turn 1. And it looks like we've had... Who's that? Is that, that's DJ? No, it's not. It's Aiden. No, it's Stealth Sloth there getting a little bit compromised on the exit of turn 1. So he's down to 7th place here at the start. Big Boy Brazier managed to get that lead back off of Welshie here already. Liam Gamer sat in 3rd. We've got Deeks going wide there. All over the place as he came through turn 3. He's got Rabbit Joe right, and he's got Cam with Rabbit Joe right behind him. Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil, and Aiden Bennett's dropped to the back of the field here, Matt.
He has indeed. We've lost Lewis on his debut from the running, so I'm not sure what's happened to Lewis there then. Unfortunate that as well, because he looked quite decent in qualifying, but Welshie got a big slide out of turn 1 and nearly lost it coming out of turn 1 as he was challenging Big Boy Brazier. He's now got to get his head down. Big Boy Brazier has a time penalty early on in this race. Don't forget to the drivers, you cannot pit until after lap 6 here. Fully dry race. We're just trying to bring strategy into it a little bit more than everybody.
DJ Phil up the inside there, Stealth Sloth. He's down into 6th place. Brilliant move there from DJ Phil.
Good move.
Oh, it looks like we've got Stealth Sloth trying to fend off Aiden Bennett now. DJ Phil's teammate. We see a Porsche lagging all over the place there.
That's Liam Gamer or Rabbit Joe.
Oh no, Liam Gamer there buffering a hell of a lot, but DJ Phil managed to get that move there ahead of Stealth Sloth. Looks like he's now going to set his sights on Rabbit Joe up ahead of him, but Big Boy Brazier lost the lead off the start to Welshie Boy. He's now got it back again, and he leads the race here by 2 seconds as we come over the line to complete lap 1.
Indeed we do. Good start for Big Boy Brazier, and he's done exactly what he needed to do so far off the line. And Welshie now has to do something magical to gain on Big Boy Brazier. We're seeing with the time penalty, and Welshie will be able to see what the time penalty is, but can he get anything done about it? Deeks sits in a good 3rd place at the moment. No trouble behind and no trouble in front as well. Cam has Rabbit Joe not far behind him, a couple of seconds behind, but his Rabbit Joe's been pressured by DJ Phil. And Stealth Sloth trying to hold off Aiden.
Oh,
Stealth Sloth lost it!
Sideways on the exit of turn 1, and he's round. It looks like he's going to lose the position to Liam Gamer as well. Stealth Sloth really struggling here tonight. He didn't make the best of starts, and he's going backwards here in the opening couple of laps of this race. What has he got to do right, Matt? The last few rounds have been disaster for this man.
You cannot make it up for this guy. He's not having the best of times at the moment, and he's absolutely binned one there, all on his own as well, defending from Aiden. Trying to gain on the back of DJ Phil maybe, but he's just absolutely lost it. DJ Phil looks like he's lost a bit of time to Rabbit Joe. He's dropped into the hands of Aiden Assam. DJ Motorsport trying to do the best they can as a team. Tell you what, good team points here for Gussit and Trussit. Cam's up to P4, so what a start from him. Down in 7th, I think he qualified. So a great couple of laps here for Cam.
Yeah, he's just stayed out of trouble in his opening couple of laps, and he's really reaping the benefits at the moment. He's losing a bit of time to Deeks up in 3rd place. Interestingly, Deeks sticking to the back of Welshie very nicely.
Yeah, Welshie's dropped off the back of Big Boy Brazier there. Yeah, and it's not what he needs.
Joe's struggling though. Rabbit Joe's dropping a little bit off of Cam, and I was expecting him to be sticking to the back of Deeks, fighting for that podium spot. So Rabbit Joe hasn't had the best of opening stints here to this race so far.
Yeah, needs to get back onto the form I tell you one man that's going to be absolutely kicking himself at the minute, Liam Gamer. No lights on that car and big bit of damage. He will have to get them lights repaired. It is in the rules that he has to pit and make sure his lights are working. So, I mean, will he do it on his mandatory pit stop? We are on lap 3 of 18, but he needs to get them lights sorted as soon as possible. 5 seconds behind Ada. Big boy Brazier. What an opening 3 laps this has been. He's got a 6.2 second gap at the moment, and he's just in a world of his own. What he doesn't need to do, though, is he doesn't need to make them mistakes that he's made before. He's already got a time penalty, so he needs to make sure he watches that and make sure that doesn't get any bigger. Deeks, though, really hassling the championship leader here, and indeed putting Welsh under a lot of pressure in this middle part of the lap. Welsh's really dropped off. I don't know if he's just had a problem somewhere or if he's made a mistake, but he's really now with Deeks, and Deeks looks like he could challenge Welsh for this second place.
Yeah, this is battle on at the moment for this P2, but Big Boy Brazier, as you said, is just checked out. I don't know what he's had for dinner tonight, but it looks like he's really done the job. And we see with Deeks a little bit of a compromise run coming through the chicane there, drops a little bit off the back of Welsh. But these guys both pulling away from Cam, and Rabbit Joe now making inroads, it looks like, on Cam. Just a little bit. He's almost doing a second of him in the battle for 4th and 5th places here. Rabbit Joe qualified high up. He said in the build up to this one that he could be a possibility for a podium, and currently running in 5th place. So it's not really gone to plan for him so far. He is losing time to Welshie, and Deeks currently sat in 2nd and 3rd. Cam currently 4th, as you said, made a fantastic start to this race. Dream start, really, avoided all the incidents in his opening couple of laps, and he has got his ticket to 4th place. How long he's going to stay there with Rabbit Joe reading him in, we just don't know at this point. Got a battle going on here, Matt, between DJ Phil and Aidan Bennett, though.
Really advertising, really staking the place to try and get P3 in the Constructors' Championship over Deeks, and they should do that quite easily. Now, will DJ Phil let Aidan Bennett through, or is Aidan going to let DJ Phil remain in front, as DJ Phil has a slight chance in the championship still, don't forget, and Aidan's passed him relatively easy there. DJ Phil trying to... is he having a joke with us there? Normally rains at Simplay. He's got the wipers on ready for a dry race. Not quite. Absolutely brilliant, DJ Phil. Love it. One thing I want to say, though, Rabbit Joe is all over the back of Cam at the moment. That gap's down to a couple of tenths. And Rabbit Joe has he had a poor opening start to this race, but has really got his head screwed on for this second part. 4 laps in. And he's really looking racy against Cam now. Like you said, good qualifying session for him. And he's really looking to take the fight to Cam. Will he be able to make inroads onto Deeks and Welsh? We'll see later in the race. But at the moment, Rabbit Joe, the guy to watch so far, I'd say. He's doing a fine job. Stealth Sloth has not recovered from his early spin as well. Still down in P9. Oh, it's Joe looked like he went very wide there coming into the complex. Oh, and yeah, he's lost a lot of time to Cam. And Aidan has really pulled away from DJ Phil. DJ Phil looks like he's struggling for pace out there. Aidan has gone. Yeah, I don't know what it is with DJ Phil. He's been Mr. Consistent so far in this Pro-Am series, but tonight he really looks a little bit out of sorts. I know he seems to excel in the default setup, so a bit of a equaliser. And obviously he's pretty good at getting the best out of a not so great car. And these default setups really do bring out the best in drivers. But so far this evening, it really hasn't gone to plan. His teammate is leaving him for dust at this point. What can DJ Phil do to respond? Aidan Bennett, though, looks like he might be closing in a little bit on Rabbit Joe now, and in turn Cam as well. And let's have a look at the timings as they come over the line to complete lap 4 of this race. Cam does a 44.3, Rabbit Joe 45.1, Aidan Bennett a 142.5. He's lapping faster than everyone on the track except Welshie. So actually, it puts into context DJ Phil's performance. Oh, who's that wide? Really. Oh, that's Cam. Cam's wide. Cam's it wide.
Cam, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cam very wide. It's allowed Rabbit Joe up into P4. Deeks has picked himself up a time penalty, and I tell you what, this is going well for Aidan Bennett. You said he's the second quickest man on track, no, third, sorry, behind Welshie and Big Boy Brazier. And Aidan Bennett on a real mission here, Andy, tonight. We've not seen this sort of pace from him all season. Took his first pole last week, 2 weeks ago at Bruno, and that went disastrously, horribly wrong for him in the second race. But he's on form here, and he's doing really well. Yeah, 100%. If he keeps up the sort of pace we're seeing right now, then he'll be on the podium. He's only 9 seconds behind Deeks, and he's currently lapping 2.5 seconds faster than him. So we'll see him on the back of him in probably 3 or 4 laps. As long as he keeps up this sort of pace and stays consistent. He's got Rabbit Joe 4 seconds up the road from him, but he breezed past Cam like he wasn't even there. I know Cam made a mistake, but even so, he's a man on a mission at the moment. It's Aidan Bennett. As you say, only 1 pole position so far this season. I don't think he's finished on the podium so far in this Pro-Am series, unless I'm very much mistaken. He hasn't finished. No, he's not got a podium now.
No, so it looks like he's a baptism of fire tonight for Aidan Bennett. We have to keep an eye on his progress. But he's definitely making inroads on Rabbit Joe, who in turn has dropped well off the back of Deeks now. What's happened to this man? He seems to have had a mare on this lap.
Yeah, Deeks in a 143's 8. You've got a time penalty as well, so if Rabbit Joe can somehow find some seconds here, we're on lap 5. No, we've just started lap 6, so guys can pit as from this lap. Everybody's welcome to pit. Stealth Sloth is a minute behind the leader. We're only on the 6th lap of 18. Stealth Sloth is having a shocking night here. 14 seconds off the back of Liam Gamer, and his championship is going down the drain very quickly. I tell you what, this is really going to hurt him in terms of... With the drop score, we're down to, we've got 8 rounds left. He needs high finishes, needs the high finishes, and this isn't helping. Not helping for the Constructors' title neither. I know Cam's had a problem, but Gusset and Trusset will still outscore MC Motorsport here. Cam trying to rebound. Rabbit Joe's picked himself up a time penalty now, so not the way these guys would have wanted to go.
Always lagging as well. Just saw him go off the track.
Always lagging again there. Joe. Oh, Joe.
Could this be the nail here for Rabbit Joe?
Hopefully like not.
Oh, it's very shaky. Let's stop watching him because that can sometimes, I feel like having the eyes can sometimes make it worse. Aidan Bennett here currently sat in 4th. You see there Rabbit Joe's position just seesawing a little bit, but he's back in 4th place for the time being. But Aidan Bennett here sat in 5th, reeling him in very quickly. And Aidan Bennett, the fastest man on track aside from Big Boy Brazier and Welshie, so he's definitely, well, actually last time around he wasn't, but he was on the time before that.
Big Boy Brazier down in the 1:40s. That's good start, good pace from him. I wonder how his time penalties are looking. 16.5 seconds is Welsh's gap. Nobody has yet pitted. They are able to pit us from this time around. Nobody has yet pitted so far. So interesting.
Dan Davis in the comments section. You should get him in the commentary box about it. I feel like.
No, we should do. If he's on round. Maybe we could try and get him in next week or something. Try and get a 3-way commentary in next week. We'll have to. I'll get in touch with Dan over the week and we'll have a see if we can get him in for next week. That'd be quite fun. Obviously doing the online championship, we'll have to try and set it up so we can get him in.
Yeah, if we got one spot in the lobby then, or share play, I don't know, it's easily done, but we had a good luck with us and him.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. I'm sure the guys here will love having a 3-way commentary. Who was that who sounded like they'd lost it? Deeks was really over revving that car there.
Gordon Mackay says, "Can I play, please? I have a Hot Wheels car."
Absolutely brilliant, good stuff. Liam then, the first guy in the pits to start the night off then and to start proceedings off. Liam is pitting, in fact has pitted, and he's coming out the pits now. His lights are fixed, you see there. So he's pitted at the end of lap 7. Well, we're going to see anybody else in. That's allowed Stealth Sloth to get away, but look at Stealth Sloth. He's over 40 seconds behind DJ Phil near enough. He's really, no, sorry, it's 35 seconds. He's really struggling here. Is Stealth Sloth to get anything out of this?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with him at the moment. He's just had an absolute horror show. Evan Evening so far, he kind of got it together at the end of qualifying. We thought he was going to have a poor one, but the races just couldn't have gone any worse for him. I wonder maybe, Matt, if he's accidentally put the wet tyres on. That's a possibility.
I don't know, because you can't change the tyre, can you, on default setups? So it should just start you on automatic by weather. So I don't know what's happening, because surely if he was on the wet tyre he'd have pitted by now. Surely you'd have thought he'd have made the pit stop with the pit window being open 2 laps ago. So if he was on that kind of tyre,
struggling so much, because he was 50 seconds behind after 5 laps. Now that is not Stealth Sloth.
No, he had a spin and he's not recovered from that spin at all. And I don't know what to say really, because what this could do for him tonight, really ruining his chances. The drop score is based off their lowest score of the season. He's currently dropping 21 points, with that being his lowest score so far this year. So that's how strong a year he's had, that his lowest score is 21 points. He could gain points back through the drop score system, but is that enough? Because I don't think it will be, with Welshie and Big Boy Brazier and Deeks scoring big. The only saving grace he's got is that DJ Phil isn't scoring good neither. What has happened to Rabbit Joe? Is he still lagging, or has he dropped? No, yeah, he's still lagging. You see him there, still lagging all over the place. So I hope Joe can get his connection sorted. We're not used to seeing Joe connect this badly. Numasaki Sutti Apex in the chat, so's Craig Leach. Kaylee here supporting boyfriend Jamie Brazier. Jordan Mackay, absolute filth. I will not repeat that, but naughty that is. Liam in the pits again here. Oh dear, what's happened to Liam? He's a lap down and had to pit again here. So Liam, it's gone horribly wrong for him so far tonight.
No.
Was confident of a podium, but it's just going away from him here. Well, in fact, it's gone away from him. Could have. This has helped Stove Slough out no end here. No one else has yet pitted. Lap 9 of 18 is Big Boy Brazier that is on. 23 seconds he's got to Welshie. Cam and Rabbit Joe with time penalties. So is Deeks and Welshie. Then there is Deeks and Welshie having a good scrap. There's Cam and Aiden. Oh no, that was Cam and DJ Phil, apologies. So DJ Phil getting on the back of Cam, and Cam's made a mistake going into turn 1, and there is DJ Phil. He's flashing the lights from DJ Phil, hoping to gain some place here over Cam and take over P6 from him. And it's points he needs here as he's losing out massively at the moment. Rabbit Joe, somehow he's hanging on to his connection, but it is currently P5, so has lost out to Aidan Bennett somewhere along the lines then. So Aidan Bennett having a cracking drive tonight, Andy.
Yeah, he's still lapping in the 1 minute 42s as well. He's faster than Welshie and Deeks now ahead of him. He's not lapping faster than Big Boy Brady. I mean, that's a given.
Oh, he's just got a time penalty.
Oh, yeah, but so is Deeks, though, to be fair.
Yeah, no, to be fair, and he is only 6 seconds behind Deeks. Deeks being held up a bit here by Welshie. 7.1, sorry, is the gap between Deeks and Aidan Bennett. So it's not a big gap. It's a gap he can claw back as we're halfway through this race now.
That's it, and the more that these two, Welshie and Deeks, keep holding each other up, fighting over P2, and potentially tripping over each other, is going to benefit Aidan Bennett all the more. Currently 6 seconds behind them, so he's going to hope that they continue to fight it out and compromise each other, as we see Deeks in the slipstream trying to fight that. Welshie's trying to fight away from the slipstream, but Deeks is latching onto him, not allowing him to get away, clinging to the back of that car like it's absolutely like it's glue at the moment. But he can't quite get close enough to make that move at the moment on Welshie. Looks like Welshie goes a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 1. But at the moment it's as well between these two.
Aidan Bennett gapped down to 6 seconds, just over 6 seconds should I say, and was a slightly slower last time round, but don't forget the time penalty gets added to the lap time as well. So a 1:46 is probably not a true reflection of what Aidan did last lap. Deeks really putting the pressure on Welshie again, and Deeks is sort of attacked early on, and then he dropped off the back, and he's attacking again now before the round of pit stops. He's really wanting to make Welshie work hard for this one.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and Welshie's got his mirrors forward. It's probably compromising his ability to push on and concentrate on what's up ahead of him, because he knows that he needs to make sure he defends any gaps that form, and I'm sure Deeks is going to be all over that as we see Welshie once again going a little bit deep into the first part of the chicane, but in the middle part you saw that Deeks didn't have the best run, and that just allowed Welshie to get the better exit out of the corner. So at the moment it looks like Deeks can't quite get close enough to go for that move, and this is going to compromise him, because Aidan Bennett lapping, well, I was going to say lapping quicker than both of them, but on the previous lap he certainly wasn't. But as a general trend, he's
just made a mistake.
Snapping a little bit to the left there, got a little bit hot onto the curb, coming to the penultimate corner, and it sets him up badly for the last corner. Gets a little bit wide onto the curb. I think he's kept it together for the time being, but that is not going to be what Aidan Bennett would have wanted. He's now dropped a couple of seconds at least there, just through that last sector.
Indeed he has. Not the run out the corner he'd have wanted, especially seeing as he was making good ground on Deeks and Welshie then. Cam and DJ Phil have both passed Rabbit Joe. Deeks looking to the outside. You saw his car just poke on the left hand side of Welshie's car there through the driver's side mirror window, and Deeks having a look around the outside of Welshie then, so starting now to attack Welshie even more. When does the pit stops happen? We've seen Stove Slough is in the pits. Liam has already pitted as well, and Deeks, has he just made a mistake there on exit? Lost a lot of time.
Really looks like he's on the edge at the moment. Maybe the turbulent air from Welshie's car just affecting him a little bit now. Obviously he's been stuck behind for quite some time. He might need to just drop back a bit, relax for a while, and then just go again. But yeah, as you say, pit windows have got to be coming in soon, and you would imagine that Deeks would probably want to pull the trigger as soon as possible and try and get the undercut on this man here, Welshie in P2 at the moment. Welshie once again going deep into that chicane, but Deeks isn't there close enough to capitalise. Every single time he comes through that corner, Welshie goes deep into that chicane though, so Deeks has surely got to be picking up on this and using that to his advantage. We'll have to wait and see, but that's twice now, 2 laps in a row that Welshie has gone way too deep into that corner. Deeks needs to be making a mental note of this.
Yeah, he does indeed. Coming around to start their 12th lap of the race. Big Boy Brazier already on lap 12, and this is pretty much the closest battle on track. Aiden will really want to get rid of these mistakes and really try and catch them. Welshie's going to pit. Is he, or is he defending? Yeah, Welshie looks like he's definitely coming in the pits there. No, he stayed out, so was pulling across to pit entry and confused me there. Welshie has stayed out. Was he tricking Deeks, I wonder? Maybe forcing Deeks into the pit stop, so tactics from the Scotsman. But Deeks, wise and not falling for them tricks, and he's really caught on the braking into turn 1 there. And look at the run he's got coming through turn 1. I thought he was going to have a little look up the inside on the exit, and Deeks now all over the back of Welshie as we head down towards turn 2. A quick left-hander. And can Deeks get it done? Welshie looked like he ran a bit deep, and the back end come out slightly there, and that will interest Deeks even more. Cam and DJ Phil trading places on the leaderboard, but these two having a good scrap so far. Rabbit Joe down to 7th and pits.
Yeah, it just looked like Welshie was getting a little bit hot onto the rear end, and we see there we got Deeks trying to squeeze through a little bit there, but Welshie closing the door on him, not allowing the gaps to form. But Welshie on a knife's edge right now. You could see the back end was trying to get away from him coming through turn 2 and 3, and somehow managed to hold on to that. But it's a matter of time. The left rears are just going to give up eventually.
Oh, he's gone deep again!
Trying to capitalise there on Welshie's little kryptonite corner there. You see every single time he comes through there, he gets a little bit deep into the corner, and Deeks was alive to that on this particular occasion. But Welshie's still clinging on to this position, hugging that curb on the left-hand side you see there, and Deeks is not going to find any way around him at this point. It looks like Welshie just parking his car in all the right places and doing a great job here in this P2 position. Is Deeks going to think about pulling the trigger and getting the undercut?
Well, Deeks needs to do something here, Andy, because he's got the time penalty that he needs to finish ahead of Welshie. Didn't get the best of runs coming out the final corner. And is Welshie playing mind games again, or is he genuinely pitting? No, he's in. And Deeks is reacting to this. So clearly not wanting to jinx anything or try anything. But they're both into the pit. And that has released Aiden Bennett into P2 at the moment. Aiden, Big Boy Brazier, Cam, DJ Phil yet to pit. Rabbit Joe, Stoveslav and Liam have all pitted. Deeks in and out! Deeks has jumped him!
Welshie gets a horrible pit stop there. What is going on? Does he put it changing the tyres or putting fuel in? Oh, goodness knows what's happening to Welshie, but his race is being absolutely compromised to... Oh, this is absolutely terrible for Welshie. And it looks like he's just emerging from the pit box now, but he's going to lose so much time. He lost at least 15 seconds in that pit stop, Matt. I don't know if it was tyres or damage or what it was, but he's going to drop back. I think Aiden Bennett is probably going to pick up P3 in this race once he comes in for his pit stop. Aiden Bennett's currently running 40 seconds behind the race leader, Big Boy Brazier. Let's have a look at the gap to Welshie. I think Aiden Bennett might have a chance of getting on the podium here. I tell
you what, that has been a terrible pit stop for the championship leader. What has gone wrong? Big Boy Brazier. That shows how bad a pit stop he had. Big Boy Brazier is now in the pits. A lap ahead of Welshie then. So absolute bonkers stuff here. That's how bad a pit stop Welshie has had. Aiden Bennett, like you say, is in P2. Cam hasn't pitted yet. Cam could possibly pit this lap now that his teammate is coming out the pit lane. So Cam could pit this lap around. He's got bags of time before he gets to the pit lane, and Jamie Brazier's already out the pit box, so that could have worked into the hands of Cam. If Cam pits this lap, could he jump Welshie here as well? That is the interesting thing to know. Could Cam and DJ Phil possibly jump him? Aiden's diving into the pits now. So this the crucial pit stop then. Is Aiden going to get out ahead of Deeks and Welshie? Maybe not Deeks, but you'd say Welshie's pretty much got covered.
Yeah, absolutely. Welshie's had an absolute mare in that pit stop. God knows what his pit crew were doing. He came into the pits at the same time as Deeks there, but Deeks is 17 seconds ahead of him on the road. So it looks like at least a tyre change, maybe some damage as well. We've got Aiden Bennett in the pit box. It looks like he's still in the pit box as well. I don't know if he's been there for a little while now. Goodness knows what's going on with the pit crews today here at Fuji. It looks like they are the same. Whatever they had at Daytona, they've also had it at Fuji. in the in the team's cafeterias tonight. But he's just coming out of the pit box now. So, oh my goodness, it looks like. I can't see. Look at this. It looks like Welshie is coming out just ahead of Aiden Bennett. So Aiden Bennett losing out in the pits as well. Looks like he's had an absolute mare in the pit box. So what's going to happen here in terms of the final podium spot? I think it's going to go to Deeks by the looks of it, because Cam and DJ Phil still yet to come into the pits. So Welshie might actually just about hold on to a podium spot by the skin of his teeth, but he's lost out that second place due to his pit crew.
Yeah, absolutely horrendous for Welshie there, and that is not what he'd have wanted at all. I'm telling you now, Welshie would have wanted to be on the back of Deeks, or either on the back of Deeks or in front of Deeks, but he's down in P5 at the minute. Aiden Bennett didn't manage to jump him. Cam DJ Phil still left to pit yet. Aiden Bennett's actually lost. No, that's Liam. Is that Liam a lap down?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's Liam a lap down, so Liam should be moving out the way. So Cam, DJ Phil still to pit. Are they going to try and go along? We see DJ Phil went long one time at Red Bull Ring and managed to get the job done.
Going long, in my opinion, is the best strategy, because it actually puts the pressure on your opponents, those who've come into the pits. It's better when you've got the lead of the race, because it gives that feeling into your opponent's head that they've got to do something in order to get that lead back. It's the best thing to do, honestly. Going along is it gives you that psychological edge going into the last few laps. So that's the reason why I noticed on the stream yesterday you commented on that, Matt, and that's the reason why I do it, because honestly, when somebody sees your name at the top of the leaderboard, it makes them feel like they need to do something about it. And
need to react.
That's what forces mistakes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Phil managed to gain 2 places at the Red Bull Ring, pitting on the second to last lap, and did an absolute blinded strategy. He's gonna. It's a very long pit lane here at Fuji. Pit in to pit out is so long. So these two will need to try and possibly go to lap 17 if they are going to think about the overcut over Welshie. Adam Kaup is with us in the chat. So good to see Adam there. Sutty as well, very vocal in the chat is everybody tonight. Nice to see 18 people watching the chat. Guys, please give a big thumbs up on the video if you're watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in joining, head over to the Facebook group. If you just want to follow as a fan, head over to Instagram or the Facebook page and give that a follow. Also head over to Andy's channel, Motive Racing, and subscribe to them. If you want to join in with them, check out www.motiveracing.com or head over to their Discord server as well. But please guys, all the likes and subscriptions very much appreciated indeed. Big Boy Brazier, and it is absolutely flying.
Yeah, I was going to just say, before you go to Motive Racing, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to Simplay Motorsport. Got 19 people watching, so we need those 19 likes, guys. Come on, there's no reason why we shouldn't have those 19 likes. Please drop a like on this video if you enjoy the content, which, you know, it's some great stuff over here on the Simplay Motorsport channel. Wednesdays and nights we've got this Pro-Am series for the GT3s. Tomorrow night we've got the Big Boy League with Big Boy Braziers, hoping he will be part of next season. But we've currently got DJ Phil still fending off Cam here in the battle for second place. We're seeing some great action between these guys, and it looks like DJ Phil's made that move.
He's got the move done finally, but they've got Deeks only a couple of seconds behind him there. There's Deeks in the background, so these two have got to be careful. I mean, they're not really racing Deeks. They are going to try, though, for the overcut over Welshie. They've got 20 seconds to Welshie. Is that enough? We'll see. Can they try and overcut Aiden Bennett as well? Let's see. But these two having a cracking scrap here on track as well. 4P3 and 2 at the moment. What will happen? What will happen when they pit? We are on lap 16. Big Boy Brazy is about to cross the line any time now to start the 17th lap. So these two only have the next 2 laps, this lap and the next lap to pit. Otherwise, it probably will be a disqualification for them if they do not pit. And that's all DJ Phil does not need in terms of his title challenge here. Rabbit Joe's really dropped off the pace. I know he's had a bit of lag, but we've not seen him much from him. We expected something more from him, and we just didn't see it from Rabbit Joe.
No, I don't think it was down to the lag either. I think it was more down to just lack of consistency. In the qualifying session, we saw him putting it in P4, but since the race got underway, it was evident. Oh, he's lost it. He's been down the exit of turn 2. He's into the barriers. He's going to keep it going. He's going to have hefty damage on the front of that car. That is going to be wobbling all sorts of sideways, and it looks like he's struggling to keep it pointing in the right direction here. He's also got one of the leaders coming around him as well. That's Big Boy Brazier, who's about to put a lap on him. So Rabbit Joe, after showing such promise at the start of this race, it's not going to go the way that he would have wanted.
No, indeed, it's not. He gets out of the way of Big Boy Brazier, so well done, Rabbit Joe. Evening to Monkey Boy in the chat. watch out for 2 weeks' time. Algarve, Monkey Boy will be doing the hot lap of Algarve for us. We've got Such Apex doing his favourite track next week of Monza. So that'll be an interesting one. Rabbit Joe then currently sat P7 and is 25 seconds behind Aidan Bennett. DJ Phil and Cam have got to pit this lap, otherwise it will be a disqualification from them. Now they are still battling. Deeks has actually dropped off the back of them two, so I'm not quite sure what has happened to Deeks. Maybe a slight problem. He doesn't look like he's got any damage on that car at all. But either way, so far, Big Boy Brazier has absolutely dominated this race. Cam and DJ Phil, though, have got to pit this time around, and they're coming down towards the back section now. Cam's had a good race here. We see DJ Phil running up the sharp end of the grid. He's got 6-7 podiums this season, Andy, and Cam really doing well to pressure him and keep with him. Cam's form recently has just started to change, and he's just started to get a few more podiums to his name.
Yeah, it's been testament really to DJ Phil has just been Mr. Consistent, as I said earlier on, but Cam not letting him run away after DJ Phil made that move on him. As I say, these guys got to come in now. I think they should drop down more or less around where Aidan Bennett is, so possibly we could be seeing these guys battling over 5th place once we get to the checkered flag. It's all going to be down to how quick their pit crews can get them serviced and in and out of the pit lane as these guys slow it down to 37 miles an hour. Here they come. So it's going to release. Well, Deeks will be up into P2. Welshie looks like he's going to be in the final podiums, but always we see Cam getting very out of shape there on the entrance of the pit lane. It looks like he survived that little scare, but he brings it in now. Pit crews are out in force.
Now, whose pit crew will be the better one? Will we see a Welshie pit stop from one of these guys, or will we not? Let's see who is going to get away. So Deeks has got past. Welshie there flies past as well. Has Cam jumped DJ Phil? He has! Cam has got the jump. Brilliant stuff from Cam. And he's got the jump over DJ Phil. DJ Phil's still not going yet. Oh no!
Oh, that is absolutely gutting there for DJ Phil. He's still stuck in that pit box. When are they going to release him? This is costing him all sorts of time. I think he's going to probably drop back to around where Rabbit Joe is. So
there's Aidan.
Once again, the pit crew's striking here at Fuji. What are these guys got to do?
I tell you one thing, this man has been absolutely brilliant, and he's going to take the first race win of the night. Big Boy Brazier, nobody can touch him in this one so far. Absolute masterclass. His 7th win of the season. DJ Phil is going to finish in the pit lane as it stands at the moment. So where is Deeks? DJ Phil will cross the line. Has Rabbit Joe just done enough to get him? Rabbit Joe has got DJ Phil. What has happened to DJ Phil there? That is so unfortunate. Rabbit
DJ
Joe
Phil going to be classified though because he's in the pits. I don't think you can finish the race in the pits.
Oh, can you not?
I think so, no, because there was a rule. I don't know. There's a rule in racing. I think you can't finish.
Oh,
the
he's
race
going slow.
in the pits.
That must have classified him, if you ask me, because I don't know. The AI should have taken over. Where is Deeks? Has Deeks finished yet? Let's see. Not just yet.
Yeah, hold on, just by a little bit ahead of Welshie.
He's made a mistake somewhere as Deeks. Deeks has made a mistake somewhere because he was well in front of Welshie. But he's going to hang on for a P2. We'll see on the time penalties. Deeks, though, should have this one done over Welshie for 3rd. Deeks 2nd, Welshie P3, and that does stay that way. Cam has jumped Aidan Bennett in the pit lane as well, so a great pit stop from Cam. 3 seconds up the road from Aidan Bennett, so that should stay as that, with them two both having time penalties as well. Cam will finish in P4. Good race for him. Aidan Bennett will get a 5th place. Will not be disheartened with that neither, because he's been absolutely blinding today, has Aidan Bennett. Watch out for him in race 2, seeing as he can qualify as well. Rabbit Joe will take 6th place. He has finished, so a good result for Rabbit Joe then. Liam Gamer looks like he's going to come home P9. Indeed, he does. We've also had DJ Phil is classified as 7th, so it did finish him.
That's good.
Yeah, that is what we want to see. We don't want to see them losing points there. And Stealth Slot finishing P8. Fastest lap of the race was, of course, Jamie Bennett. Jamie Bennett. Who's Jamie Bennett? Aidan Bennett and Jamie Brazier was, of course, Jamie Brazier who takes that one. So it takes maximum points and an absolute fantastic job. While we just get ready to do the second lobby, don't forget the top 5 cannot qualify. So Big Boy Brazier, Deeks, Welshie, Cam and Aidan Bennett cannot qualify for race 2. How unfortunate though for DJ Phil after that one.
Yeah, really unfortunate. He just lost out on a possible top 5. But the good news for DJ Phil is that he does get to qualify for race 2, so that's definitely going to play into his hands, and hopefully he can make the most of that, get himself into a slightly prominent position here at the start of this race 2. It's all to play for here now, and Stelsloth really having a shocker of a round there. Well, she would have gained a lot of points, but Jamie Brazier stepping ever closer to not just taking the points lead in terms of the drop rounds, but also making some real headway just in the overall standings. He's on such good form. His connection doesn't show any signs of wavering. When we were watching him, he looked pretty stable. The car didn't seem to be shaking around or lagging at all. He seems to have it pretty nailed down at the moment.
Indeed he does, as so far. So it looks all good for Jamie Brazier at the moment. What that has done is, I can tell you now, is Lewis, Daniel Francis and McCurtis, Big Chungus as well, are eliminated from the championship round, so they cannot win the title effectively now. Also, Teaming Freaks, Lewis Racing and Monk Motorsport cannot win the Constructors title as well. So, interesting to see. We are just waiting for everybody to come back into the lobby and then we'll be away. We've got Big Chungus has joined us for this one, so nice to see Big Chungus in this race then. Good to see, is that? That's what we want to see. For Welshie then, third place, 15 points for Jamie Brazier, 26. It's been fantastic for him so far.
Oh yeah, it really has, and it looks like we've got Deeks in the lobby now, so we should be about to go. I think
1, 2,
we had
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We're missing one driver, I think.
Yeah.
Here we go. Alfie's here.
Alfie's in. Alfie wasn't. Yeah, Alfie wasn't in the first race. So let's see who we've got. We've got Lewis, who didn't race 1. So Liam, Stealth Sloth, Lewis, Big Boy Brazier, DJ
Here we go.
Phil.
We've got everyone now. That's it.
Aidan Bennett was the man. Yep. So we are ready to go. So don't forget, the top 5 cannot qualify in this one, and it all should be fun. One thing for Jamie Brazier, he's 30 points behind on the drop score points at the moment. No, yeah, on the final drop score points at the moment, he is 30 behind Welshie so far. So that is going to play into hands. In terms of the actual league, he's still 30 behind. That hasn't gone right. Something's gone wrong on my screen there. That hasn't taken in the drop score. 209 plays 179. No, that's right. I will just give my Kieran a message a second.
Just while Matt figures out the championship standings, guys, I would like to say, if you enjoy what you see here at Simplay Motorsport, then make sure you drop a like on this video. We've got 22 of you watching now, so guys, please drop a like. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 23 likes on this video, and also subscribe. And if you want to get involved in the on-track action, then be sure to check out the Facebook group as well. That's how you can get your name down for the next season. Start off in the Pro-Am category, work your way up to the Pro Series. Top 3 from this series in the Pro-Ams do get promotion up to the Pro Series, which runs on a Thursday night. So you've got Pro-Ams on Wednesday, Pro on Thursday. Lots of exciting stuff to look forward to here at Simplay Motorsport. And it looks like lots of guys are already coming out of the pits. I just saw 4 cars all pulling out at the exact same moment there. So lots of people here in this lobby very keen to get out on the track and show what they can do. Big Chungus, the first of them, obviously he missed out in the first race, so he's going to be wanting to minimise the points loss here in this one. You can see in the background there's DJ Phil just behind him out on the track, and you've got Big Chungus that will obviously leading the pulker out. You've got Rabbit Joe, also Lewis, there's Stealth Sloth coming out, Liam Gamer. Just didn't have the best of race 1s though, Matt.
No, he didn't. He had a bit of a poor race 1, and hopefully we can see him back up there in this one. Who's your tip for pole? I've got DJ Phil and I've got Rabbit Joe. Maybe Cam. No, Cam can't qualify. So yeah, DJ Phil and maybe Rabbit Joe for me. Stealth Sloth as well as another one, but he's struggling tonight.
For me, pole position's got to be this man here, Rabbit Joe, because he definitely had the pace at the start of that race 1. It all kind of went wrong for him, but he qualified him 4th in the initial qualifying session.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Rabbit Joe has got to be the favourite for pole position. He's the one who I'm tipping. In terms of the race 2 win, it's very hard to look past Big Boy Brazier. I mean, I know he's starting at the back for this one, but I just can't imagine anyone holding him behind him for too long. I think that he's got so much pace in that car, it's going to be almost impossible for anyone else to get near him.
Indeed it is. We've got Alfie in as well, so it's nice to see Alfie back. He's had pedal problems and missed the first race. The spring had gone in his pedals, so he's got that sorted and he's back, so hopefully he can have a good second race. He did well at Bruno 2 weeks ago, Andy. We seen him drive brilliantly race 1 and 2 and actually got driver of the day. Was a fantastic driver. He's really come of age this season. He's got better every week that's gone by, and hopefully now, I know he missed race 1, so we'll be eager to go in race 2. We'll see what he can do. The Porsche looks nimble around here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice at the moment, and Alfie, I think he came 4th, was it, in the couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, 4th I do believe he got.
Yeah, it was a really good result for him. He's ever improving, constantly finding ways to get quicker here in this Porsche, so who knows, we could possibly see him go one better and get it onto that podium, which he was so unlucky to miss out on a couple of weeks ago in that first race at Brno. So yeah, missed out on the first race tonight. Not quite sure why that was. I'm sure he's going to be out there with a point to prove here in this one. As we see Lewis coming over, the first man to start a lap time here in that red number 99 Porsche. Got a bit unlucky at the start. I think he disconnected before the race started in race 1.
We lost him before race 1, we did, yeah.
Yeah, so he's definitely also going to be, likewise with Alfie, he's going to be out there with a point to prove and show what he's about. Got Big Chungus out on the track. Another one who wasn't with us for the first race, but he was just a bit late, I think. Good to see him. He's joined us for this second race of the evening. Rabbit Joe obviously had the pace in that first race. Didn't get it together, unfortunately. But I'm sure he's going to be wanting to put it up on the top of this qualifying session. And with the top 5 don't qualify rule, he's got to be a contender for that pole position. Liam Gamer, likewise, is going to be wanting to bounce back.
Yeah, you'd imagine so. And it's going to be an interesting one to watch going into this one. Sutty's just said DJ Phil for pole. So we'll see if Sutty's right. I think he could be right with this one. Yeah, it's a very good shout. He's going to cross the line here. What time does he do? A 1:45.1 to start proceedings. Alfie and Lewis, ignore them times, they're out laps, so ignore them ones. But DJ Phil currently the man to beat with a 1:45.1. What can Rabbit Joe do here as he's about to finish his first flying lap? Goes another 49.9. So just the first few laps coming into play here. So let's see what happens in a moment then.
Gary there in the comments saying that he's feeling in a bit of pain after that operation on his knee, and we're hoping that he'll be alright for tomorrow. We're hearing rumours he's got a race on the pad for the Pro Series tomorrow.
It's a shame.
Get something figured out on his button layout on the wheel, to be honest, because it'd be a shame if he loses his chances of taking that championship.
I think we're going to have to. Joseph has just commented in the chat. I think that's Rabbit Joe. He's got to disconnect because of lag. It's causing him too much bother, so we've lost Rabbit Joe from this one, unfortunately. Yeah. Trust you to make a prediction and it go horribly wrong.
I make a prediction and the guy pulls out of the race.
That's not like you at all, Andy. Absolutely brilliant. So unfortunate for Joe there. Hopefully Joe will be around for the rest of the stream. He's had a good race 1 and unlucky to not finish it, but it is a shame to see him have to back out of this one. But nonetheless, I'm sure his teammate will be feeling the pressure now, scoring points on his own. They have pulled away from AA 3D printing in terms of the classification points. They are now not too far in front. DJ Motorsport on the back of Team DPR, so they've scored good points, and MC Motorsport as well, really trying to do. They can wrap it up sooner rather than later, but they need Stelsloff and Moshi to have a good drive. DJ Feller 1:45.1, so has improved. Liam Gamer though has just done a 1:45.0. Now don't forget, this is later in the night. We are running this qualifying session at midnight, so times might be a bit slower here with the race held at 1 in the morning. So we may see a bit of difference in the lap times, but not too much, I'd imagine. Oh,
Alfie getting all sorts out of shape as he came out of the exit of the corner. Got a little loose onto the curb and may have compromised his run. Sorry there, Matt. I just had to...
no, you're fine.
Have to bring that up. Alfie coming up onto the line now. He's got his foot to the floor as he comes towards the start-finish line. He's currently sat in P3 at the moment in this session, as we see there. Lewis going P3 with that last lap. So Alfie now 4th in this session. What's he going to do as he comes over the line?
Mazda, Mazda, that's heartless. Mazda's just said about Gary. Gary's just basically put that. Mazda said, music to my ears.
Oh no.
Mazda, that is heartless. You nasty man.
Oh.
That is so nasty. Evil. That is evil. That is absolutely nasty. 22 guys watching. Thanks for all being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and like the video. Please do that. It really helps us get better content out in the future.
Both Mazda's just he feels that the championship is now very much swinging in his favour.
I wouldn't go that far. There's still a few wet races to come, and we know that BMW's not the best in the wet.
That's very true. And as I say, Gary, please sort out the buttons on your steering wheel. We want to see you.
See you take him out on race 1 tomorrow, please. What the champion now? Kieran's finally got the championship settings sorted, I do believe. What this has done is after the drop score, Deeks and Welchie are tied on points, and Jamie Brazier is 6 behind. DJ Stelsloff has dropped to 15 behind, and DJ Phil down to 30 behind. But this has made it really interesting here.
Liam Gamer absolutely flying at the moment here, man. Look at this.
Good time. Absolutely cracking time. Can he be in for his first pole position of the season?
Top of the shop at the moment, isn't he? Look at that. 0.2 of a second ahead of DJ Phil at the top of that leaderboard. But still pretty close at the moment. I'm sure that we'll be seeing Stelsloff responding. He had a horror show in that race 1. So, yeah, we'll be seeing times coming in from him very, very shortly. It looks like Big Chungus out there. Can't really get it together. He joined a bit late tonight, so
I tell you,
Big Chungus
there's
not
a
really done the preparation he would have liked.
There's a lover's tiff going on in the comments, Andy. If Gary's got Sutty's pad settings, can she change the person to win the title? There's a lover's tiff going on in the chat here tonight, Andy, Gary and Beth. Oh dear. Dramas.
I love the way you're always so okay with this, Matt. It's very nice. This is refreshing.
Gary lives in Ipswich, I live in Mansfield, we're nowhere near, so it's fine. No. It's fine. I don't drive neither, so and neither does Beth, so it's even more impossible to get to Ipswich, especially in the current climate. So we're all right at the moment.
Yeah, that should be.
No, I'm sure it's all good banter.
I do. It is quite funny actually, following their little online romance here in the comments section.
Well, did you notice Beth joined last night and there was no Gary for your clear race over at Motive, so she had to settle for the other Leach brother Craig. Oh, disappointing for Beth. I'm sure she missed her man. Either way, Liam absolutely flying on track. GJ Phil P2 with Alfie in third, 9/10 of a second back. Stelsloff down in fourth and struggling still. I know he's only 1.1 off the leader, but he's still not got the car where he wants it. Lewis 1.4 off, so we're seeing a better time from Lewis here, and he looks to be improving. Big Chungus 5.6 off. Yeah, you're right, he might not have got the practice in he'd have wanted. Can he do anything? P6 at the moment. He crosses the line now. There we go, and does go quicker. In fact, he's only 2.3 behind now, so he has improved his time there, so that's good to see from Big Chungus in the stream at the moment. Aidan Bennett then will start P7, Deeks will start 8th, Welshie 9th, Cam 10th, and Big Boy Brazier back of the grid again. We've lost Rabbit Joe from this one, and yeah, everything is correct. So I can tell you that McCurtis is still in with a chance, but he's not here, so probably not. Big Chungus needs to score big tonight if he's going to still stay in with a shout at the championship, but it's down to 4 or 5 guys for me. DJ Phil, Stelsloff, Big Boy Brazy, Deeks and Welshie, as we have 7 races remaining here at Simplay for our opening season. Qualifying is done, so let's see if any of these guys can improve. What's DJ Phil going to do here? He needs to find 0.3 of a second, to take pole position away from Liam Gamer. Either way, this will be these guys' first pole position of the season, as Stelsloff and Alfie. In fact, everybody who's in qualifying now will have their first pole position of the season. Liam at 142.5, DJ Phil at 142.8. He's flashing the lights. He's had an indication that he's up on his time. He's going to cross the line any second now.
It's going to be pole for Phil. Here he comes. Oh, it's going to be close. No, he's not done it.
No, he's not done it. Stelsloff down in 5th and hasn't done it neither. Liam Gamer crosses the line and he's flashing the lights, but there's no improvement from him. So we just await Big Chungus now then. And Lewis, can they spoil the potty? Lewis has got himself up into P3 here. 0.8 off the pole lap, so good time from Lewis. 3 Porsches in the top 5 at the moment. Can Big Chungus find any more time and make Stelsloff's day get even worse? Let's see here. Needs only 1.2 seconds to overtake Stelsloff, who's in the pits. Can Big Chungus get that time?
Surely he's not going to find 1.2 seconds in the final sector. He crosses the line now. No improvement there from him. Lewis is going to be the last man over the line. Currently P3. Can he put himself on the front row? Let's see what happened there. He's coming up now, and it appears that he didn't. He stays on P3.
So a great qualifying for Liam.
DJ Phil up on the front row.
I tell you one thing, Liam's came into this at Nürburgring and has a podium and a pole position now, so this guy has really improved this season. He's really impressed me as Liam. But Liam from DJ Phil, what a front row that is. Alfie and Lewis, P3 and 4 in the Porsches on row 2. Stoffsloff on row 3 with Big Chungus in 6th. The other guys did not qualify, so Liam outstanding. So row 1, Liam and DJ Phil. On row 2, we've got Lewis and Alfie. Row 3 is Stoffsloff and Big Chungus. Row 4, Aidan Bennett and Deeks. Row 5, Welshie and Cam. And row 6, and on his own, Big Boy Brazier. Job to do from the back row of the grid.
Yeah, 100%. But Big Boy Brazier is more than up to the challenge, Matt. He's my pick for the win. I can't look past him, really, in this one. But I'm sure that we'll be seeing good performances from Liam, DJ Phil, all those guys who started front. Looks like almost lights out here, and we are on the way out. Fuji, it's a great start from Liam Game. He gets away perfectly. DJ Phil got a little bit bogged down off the line. He's already got Alfie attacking to the outside. Looks like Alfie's got up to drag down towards the straight. He's coming towards turn 1. Looks like Lewis is up into P2 there actually on the inside. He's got ahead of Alfie. Almost there. Oh, it looks like a big
there's a spinner.
Going through turn 1. It looks like we got Lamborghini on the outside. Looks like that's Big Chungus involved. Welshie and Alfie all caught up in that one. Liam leads the field though, ahead of DJ Phil and Lewis as we come through turn 2.
Indeed, so we've come through turn 2, then a big pile up at turn 1. Didn't quite see what happened there. And I tell you what, we're absolutely a great start from Liam. Big Boy Brazier's up to P5 already, so he's doing bits at the moment. Good get away from him. DJ Phil got second, but could not do anything to Liam. What a start he had. Lewis doing well in P3, and can he make inroads? Aidan Bennett still 4th, but has the man to watch at the moment up in P5 and gaining on him like mad so far. Welshie on the back of Deeks, and this is basically race 1, take 2, and Welshie sends one up the inside. I'd say that's the Sutty send it, but that to me was the Scottish send it there.
Yeah, he just cut off Deeks as he came through the second part of the chicane there, and he had to have belief in Deeks there. Good driving from Deeks to give him the space, but Welshie making a great move there up into 6th place. But currently DJ Phil sticking to Liam Gamer here at the front. That was definitely a Sutty send it though from Welshie, and he's pulled it off to perfection. And we see Lewis trying to fend off Aidan. Oh, Aidan gets a bit of a compromise run coming out the last turn. That's definitely going to give Big Boy Brazier a run here as they come down the straight. He's got the toe, he's got the pace. He's just going to pull out to the left hand side here, and we're going to see him surely making a very routine overtake. Having said that though, Aidan's got the slipstream off of Lewis up ahead of him.
Yeah, it's not coming into effect though, as Big Boy Brazier has already pulled out and looks up the inside of Aidan Bennett, and they touch. Oh, Big Boy Brazier, where's he gone? Oh, he's managed to keep it together. Good job he's not made contact there. Cam is in the pits at the end of lap 1, so must have damage, does Cam. Because you're not allowed to pit till lap 6 in both races, but he's in the pits nonetheless. We'll keep an eye on that one and see how quick it takes him to come out. Who's that? That's Lewis.
There on the exit between turns 2 and 3. He's lost positions there. That's Big Boy Brazier and Aidan Bennett up into 3rd and 4th, but it looks like Lewis is trying to hang this one out with Aidan Bennett, and in the end manages to hold him off brilliantly there, but Aidan had a look to the outside, couldn't quite get it around him. Lewis getting a big tank stuffer on there as we see Big Boy Brazier all over the back of DJ Phil in a bit of a 2nd place here.
Yeah, DJ Phil now having to defend from the man in form at the moment and needs to keep Big Boy Brazier behind him if he's going to stand a chance. The way it's going at the minute, Big Boy Brazier, he's on for the championship lead potentially. And look at this driving, him and Phil touch a little bit, and Phil just onto the grass, but he keeps position so far, and we'll have the inside line for this next corner. Big Boy Brazier hangs it around the outside and gets it done, and what a move from Jamie Brazier. He's a man on a mission, and you cannot stop him at the moment. Liam Gamer leads by a second, and he's going to soon have this man on the rear end of him, and well, what a drive we're seeing from this boy today. Absolutely top stuff.
This man has had the most terrible season, the most terrible luck you could have ever imagined. He's had disconnections, he's had family arguments which have caused him to drop so many points in this championship, but he's finally now getting things together, and he's showing these guys what he is made of. He's showing intent and determination and getting himself to the front of this pack. We're only on lap 3 at the start of lap 3, and we've got top behind the back on there. Aiden Bennett making it on the inside of DJ Phil, and DJ Phil gets a bit pushed out there. Lewis up into 4th, and Phil flashing his lights saying, "What are you doing there, Aiden?" He's not happy with that one bit, but we now see Lewis making a move to the inside of Aiden. He can't quite get that done coming into turn 2, and it looks like
DJ Phil touched!
Lewis and DJ Phil, they're coming together. Oh no! And it looks like DJ Phil gets a little bit of a clout there from Welshie as he comes through. No fault there of Welshie, to be honest, he had nowhere to go. But DJ Phil is going to be absolutely fuming. He gets hit twice in 2 corners, and he's down to 5th place here in this race. Disaster for DJ Phil.
The question for DJ Phil as well is how much damage is he carrying on that Lamborghini? You can pit with major damage if it is affecting your car early in this race. But DJ Phil, oh, it's gone wrong within 2 corners from him. One hit by his teammate pushed him wide, and then Lewis seemed to lose the rear of the car, and DJ Phil catch him. I don't think Lewis or DJ Phil could have done anything to avoid that incident. Just one of them things that happens, but when it's not going your way, it's not going your way. Welchie up to P4, his teammate down in P9, and what has happened to DJ Phil? He's struggling here.
Oh no, DJ Phil is all sorts of sideways there. He's into the barriers. Alfie up into 6th place, but this looks like it's gone from bad to worse. He must have damage on that car, Matt. He looks well out of sorts here, minus the front left headlight there, and you can see Lewis moving up into 7th place. Oh, this has gone horribly pear-shaped in the space of a lap for DJ Phil.
It really has. You've got to get to lap 14 to have a chance of scoring points. And at the minute we're only on lap 4, but DJ Phil going backwards here. Aiden Bennett up into P3 and on the podium so far. A couple of seconds behind Liam Gamer, but he's dropped it coming out the first corner. Not massively, but he's dropped it enough to just drop off the back of Liam Gamer and get into the clutches of Welshie then. Welshie on a big charge here and really needs to get another podium, really needs that P2 back. He will outscore Deeks, but he needs to outscore his teammate. The Motive lads having a bit of an argument in the stream, are we, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely brilliant. Great racing on track at the moment.
Somebody's hacked into our account by the looks of it. I don't know who's typing on the Motive Racing channel here, boys, but it's not me.
Right, Miss SG, that's brilliant. DJ Phil is down in 9th place now and is in the pit lane, so it's not gone well for him at all here. Oh, just such bad luck from DJ Phil at the moment. He's now down in P10, so clearly that damage bad. At the minute then, Liam Gamer 3.3 off the back of Big Boy Brazier. Lapping well is Liam Gamer, but Aiden just slightly quicker.
Yeah, it does look like it at the moment. I just want to make a point here. It looks like we've, as we've got G in the comments section, we do actually have G making his debut in the Pro Series, I believe, tomorrow night here at Fuji, don't we? Don't we?
Yeah, indeed we do. Indeed we do. The only G is making his debut tomorrow night here at Simplay Motorsport, so that is one we cannot wait. Yeah, we cannot wait to see the record holder battle it out on track in the GT3s around Fuji. He was aware of the rules and regs, and I'm sure that G will throw a spanner in the works of the title race. Aiden Bennett though has Welchie gaining on the back of him and is not really making grounds on Liam Gamer here. Liam doing a heck of a job in P2 and could be on for his 2nd podium of the season. At the minute, Welchie really needs that place and really needs to get on the back of Liam Gamer, but just isn't doing so. Oh, Welchie very wide there. I wonder where we'd gone for a second. DJ Phil is still sat in the pits. We've lost another driver. Who have we lost? I'm just trying to look on the leaderboard who we've lost here. Oh, we've lost Lewis. What's happened to Lewis?
Oh no, he had such a promising start to this race, but it all went wrong for him, really. Dropped too much time on that couple of laps ago. He must have had damage, Matt. I can't imagine he would have just retired the car. No,
that's a shame. That's a shame for him as well, because he was looking strong. But no points. DJ Phil has just come out the pit lane. Oh, he's 2 minutes 49 off the back of Cam. That is not where you want to be right now. DJ Phil, that is potentially gone horribly wrong. And although he'll still be in the shout with the championship, it's probably just slipped away from him now. But we'll wait and see. DJ Phil. Oh dear. And what was such a good qualifying and a good start for him as well, Andy. It's just gone away from him in this race.
I know, things really haven't gone to plan for Phil. So in the qualifying session he was on the front row as well. he was alongside Liam, and Liam has really made the best of that high-flying start. But DJ Phil, I think maybe his championship hopes maybe petering out now. It's not gone out of the way he would have liked one bit.
Pit window opens on lap 6, but Cam and DJ Phil have had too much damage that they've had to pit early. Beth, that answers your question, hopefully. So everybody else can pit lap 6. Well, she has just got past Aidan Bennett, though, it says on my timing screens, and indeed he has on track, look. So Welshie on the podium then, and now needs to make inroads into Liam. Liam did a 42.2 last lap. That is a fantastic time from Liam Gamer, really putting the pace on. Although he's not being able to reel in Jamie Brazier, he's really doing a top job of keeping in front of Welshie and Aidan Bennett. In fact, Aidan Bennett did a 41.5. So, I mean, some good laps from the guys that we aren't used to seeing at the sharp end of the grid.
I just want to make a point. Jordan Mackay, you know this is me. I'm Andrew.
Yeah,
right?
And I tell you what, I'm
commentating right now.
He has been warned. And
Jordan, can we please stop offering to fight people in the comments section, and no inappropriate talking about leaking photos of people's girlfriends. That's not on.
No,
not cool.
No, he's been here. And he's been warned, and he's been in a timeout, and now he's been removed from the chat, because that's not what we want to see here. We want nice, clean chats. We don't want arguments. We don't want content like that in the chat. It's not, we're all here to have an enjoyable night and an enjoyment watching the racing. We don't want to see comments like that. So Jordan, unfortunately, if you could just please remove yourself, because it's not wanted here
this is a community for men, not kids. Do you know what I mean? Stupid.
I couldn't agree with you more there, Andy, as Liam Gamer does a 1:43.1, so just losing a bit of time last lap to Welshie. I'm sure that's not going to bother him. I'm sure he's going to be keen on what Aidan Bennett is doing behind, as he'll want that second podium of the season. Get back to the racing, indeed we can, Adam.
And like Aidan Bennett got a penalty on the last time around, Matt, to see a 1:46 on a timing board. I don't think he lost that amount of time, but yeah, clearly something going on there. We'll obviously figure out what the penalties are at the end of the race. I'm not going to get them up on the screen because it doesn't look too good.
Oh, Stoke Slough is pitted.
Saying, "Hey Andy, I'm not a man." No, I mean, obviously men and women, mature human beings, should I say, adults. Sorry, Bethany, I do apologise.
Don't pick on Beth. You'll get Gary starting on you. Hey. She'll get Gary to come and back you up here. Stoke Slough currently sits in the pit lane, and Big Chungus has overtaken him then for P7. Alfie down in 6th with Deeks P5. We're not seeing Deeks have the pace he's shown in race 1 here.
No, he really isn't at the moment. It's he got Deeks he was on the podium in race 1, obviously.
Yeah, got second, yeah.
But yeah, so far nothing. The 1 minute 43s he's dropping off of Welshie, but he had a great battle with Welshie in race 1, so I don't really know what's happened here in this one. He doesn't look like he's got damage on the car. He appears to be in perfect working order at this stage, so whatever it is for him, we'll obviously find out after the race. Maybe some suspension damage, but at the moment he's lapping about a second off of Welshie, and
he's lapping slower than Liam as well. Yeah, Liam crosses the line. What did he do? 44.5. Do you know what? He's been absolutely fantastic. Didn't see much from him in race 1 in terms of out and out pace. Finished P9. But oh no, as we said it, he's managed to keep that together. He got a big slide coming out of turn 1. Yeah, we didn't see much of him in race 1, but he's had a great start. Good first pole position for him, and he's just getting better and better. I said this earlier. Him and Rabbit Joe and Alfie, just a few of these guys. Cam is in that bracket as well. Aidan Bennett just get better each week they drive. The confidence grows, and going into season 2, we could have a real good scrap on our hands. Sorry, don't know what kind of language that was coming up. Doing your kind of accents now, Andy. We could have a real good scrap on our hands going into season 2. Yeah.
There was one thing, I don't know whether I don't know when's a good time to mention this, but I was thinking of maybe even signing up as Simplay, starting up in the Pro-Am. I mean, it looks like a really competitive league, and default setups do actually tempt me a little bit, so I might try my hands at this one, but yeah, certainly going into season 2. I mean, I know I'm dropping this bombshell on you, Matt. You might.
No, hey, you're fine. I'm sure I can get. Yeah, I can get someone to comment. Yeah, don't you worry about that one.
Series. Yeah, I'll definitely commentate on the Thursday evenings. But yeah, definitely up for a bit of a challenge on Wednesday nights.
Interesting to hear that, everybody. Could have Andy in the session. Beth, I've just hidden his chat, so even if he's still watching the stream, he won't be able to say anything. But like I say, we don't need stuff like that on here. But nonetheless, back to the racing. Big Boy Brazier, 16.6. He's not pulling out as big of a gap as what we'd have expected from race 1. You know, he's Liam's really keeping Big Boy Brazier honest. Although he's not being able to gain on him, he's not dropping him in any way. So a bad pit stop for Big Boy Brazier could really drop him in the hands of Liam and Welshie, as Welshie started to reel Liam in. Oh, Liam just taking a strange line there. I've noticed Liam's pace is just going off slightly there. Compared to Welshie and Andy, Liam's pace just slowly dropping down a little bit, and it's not. You know, we're hoping that we could bring into a great battle between him, Welshie and Aiden, but we hope that everything will be all right so far.
What's happened? Liam's round! Liam's always facing the wrong way, and it looks like Welshie and Aiden managed to avoid him just about there. Aiden now onto the podium, which we saw him miss out on in race 1, but that is got in there for Liam. He just needs to keep his head down though. He's still only 5 seconds behind Aiden, so Liam, keep your head in the game, son. Nine laps in this race, you know, it's a long way to go still. Yeah.
Indeed there is. Talk about commentator's curse, eh? Oh dear, Liam, you've got an absolute decent race in front of you. You've got a good platform to set up here as well. So don't be disheartened by that one at all. You can make this one back, I'm sure you can. Welshie now then up into P2, and that's where he needs to be, Andy, in terms of keeping on the fight for his championship here. Really needs then to score these good points, and it's got to start to go his way at some point, you'd imagine. Is this now the turn of the season where Jamie Brazier's getting the good luck and Welshie just starting to have... He's not having bad luck, but is he just going the way of Jamie Brazier more here?
It does appear so. I mean, Big Boy Brazier's just had the pace throughout this event. It looked for a couple of laps like...
Oh, Welshie!
Now losing it. This is the curse of the man in P2. Every single time somebody gets up into second place, something happens.
Where's Aiden? There's something happened to Aiden here.
Oh, Aiden's got one as well.
Oh dear, what is going on?
Every time someone gets into second place, something happens to them.
Liam back on the podium then, and a couple. You see Aiden Bennett just behind. What is going off here as we're late in the night here at Fuji Grand Prix circuit? Deeks is in the pits and has lost out to Alfie then at the moment. But Aiden Bennett and Welshie making a mistake, and Liam getting that chance back, although he's still some 7 seconds off the back of Welshie. Deeks has been in the pits for a long time here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pit crews once again here tonight, but he's finally away. So Deeks now falling foul of the pit curse here at Fuji. Obviously he benefited from the issues that surrounded. Well, he obviously benefited from the issues with Aiden and Welshie as well. So now Deeks getting his fair share of bad luck.
Indeed he is. He's dropped down to P8, so he's lost a lot of time.
Definitely going to take the pressure a little bit off of Aiden, who's now closing all over the back of Liam here in the battle for third. Liam got so unlucky with that speed a few laps ago. Aiden then made a mistake of his own. So these guys pretty even at this point. Aiden's got a nice run coming out of the final corner, and is he going to have to straight line speed here coming down the main straight? Looks like he's got a fantastic closing speed here. He's going to be a sitting duck, is Liam. Aiden pulls to the left hand side. You can see a little bit of weed in there. Almost came together, those guys. Thankfully they didn't make contact.
Good move.
Liam, yeah, good move there. Liam minus a front left headlight there is down to 4th place. Aiden
he's going to look back. He's having a look back.
He missed himself, and he's like, what a move there from Liam.
Great stuff. Liam Gamer pulls off a sooty sendy and a half. That's one Sooty will be proud of in the chat. That was absolutely fantastic. He's sort of like, it was as if he's like, look, go on Andy mate, yeah, on your way, and bang, I'll have that place back, thank you very much. Jeez, Liam Gamer, what a manoeuvre that was. Absolutely fantastic then from him. Oh, we've lost another driver. We've lost Big Chungus, so he will score no points as well. So we are back down to the original 9 runners, as we have lost Rabbit Joe and Lewis from this one. Not sure what happened to Lewis, but Big Chungus would have been on for some decent points here. Sat mid-pack, he's now not going to score any at all. Big Boy Brazier on lap 11, still hasn't pitted yet. And that is Deeks behind him. Deeks a lap down. Big Boy Brazier in a world of his own. Absolutely top stuff. Adam Cowp in the chat says send it, and Sutty with a come on Liam there. So clearly fans of that move then. He's really dropped Aiden as well. So has Aiden made another mistake? He's well in front of Aiden now. Oh, he's got no rear wing. Oh, what has happened? Aiden Bennett looks like he's got a lot of damage on the rear of that car and front. No rear wing can only mean to me 100% on the back. That will take an eternity to fix. DJ Phil still 2 minutes 42 down behind the leader. Bless him, on his own little race today, 1 minute 9.
I don't understand though, Matt, because he's so strong in the qualifying. He did 1 minute 42. I mean, he's got the pace. You can see DJ Phil lapping the 1 minute 44s at the moment. You know, he's not too bad in these cars, but it's just I think DJ Phil's problem is I think it just lapses of concentration. That's the issue, and I think he gets out of he takes his game face off too often, and you see he pulls off to the side. He kind of gets too much negative thoughts in his head, and then he's lost it again. He just gets too negative, starts thinking he can't do it anymore, and then loses the confidence. But he's a good driver on his day as DJ Phil.
Yeah, well, he's taken 6 podiums here.
He's more than capable of getting on the podium. That's the thing. 6
podiums so far this season, so he's more than capable of doing it. He's in this championship still at the moment, so he's done absolute bits. Alfie's now up to P4. Yeah, he does. You're right. Aiden's pit stop could take an eternity. Oh, Aiden Bennett in the chat. Liam turning his lights off and making moves and T-bone me. Well, that could be one then for the stewards to look at after the race. We didn't catch that on stream, so that could be one.
Looked like a very good move up the inside for me.
I don't think it was that one. It was a long. We've changed to Jamie Brazier, didn't we? And came back and there's Aiden had the damage, so we didn't catch that. I don't think on stream. But I mean, Liam already had the front damage, so it doesn't look any more to his car. So we'll have to wait and see come the pit stops. But he's running P3. I don't think Jamie Brazier is pitted at the minute, Andy. And I tell you what this does to me. Welshie 24 seconds behind. If Jamie Brazier has a problem in the pits like we've seen regular tonight, Welshie could be in with a shout here.
He could.
But he's got to have a good splash and dash.
Yeah, I mean, we would need Big Boy Brazier to run into a pretty serious calamity in a pit box if he were to hand over that lead to Welshie. I mean, we're talking, something going wrong with the wheel nut, or goodness knows what's going to happen in order for him to relinquish that lead. I think Welshie needs a miracle, but miracles do often come in unlikely packages. As we see Liam coming into the pits here, his pit crew are out.
Yeah, so how long a pit stop will Liam have? Aiden's down into P8. And I can tell you the people who haven't pitted at the minute are Welshie, Big Boy Brazier and Alfie then have not been into the pit. So the 2 leaders and P4 haven't pitted. Alfie is going to gain 3rd from Liam Gamer here. We are on lap 13 of 18, so everybody in the comment section, get your vote in for driver of the day and let me know who you think your driver of the day is. How long will Liam's pit stop take? Oh, he's on his way out. I think he's on his way out here. Yeah, he is. He's on his way out. So a good stop from Liam, and he's only lost the 1 place to Alfie then. He's got both lights on now. They're both fixed. Alfie still to pit, so Liam should inherit P3 back. So it could be a good battle this for the final podium place if Liam... He's just got to bide his time now. He doesn't need to attack Alfie, knowing that Alfie has to make a pit stop.
That's it, yeah. Alfie's currently P3, but he didn't have the best start to the race. He wasn't racing in the race 1, so he didn't really get to cut his teeth in like the rest of them. But yeah, Liam Gamer should be elevated to 3rd once all is said and done.
Oh, here, was that Welshie coming in?
Investigation we hear from the possible incident earlier on with Aiden Bennett.
Was that Welshie coming into the pits? Yeah, it was. He just came into the pit lane now. So the only people to not pit, Big Boy Brazier and Alfie then. So let's see, can Welshie have a better pit stop this time round than last time? Don't forget, terrible pit stop last time around. He is away. Lovely. So great stuff that from the MC Motorsport pit crew. They've got themselves sorted for this one. And away goes Welshie now, so he shouldn't lose out to Liam at all here. Absolute brilliant pit stop. Big Boy Brazier having to still pit. Lap 14 he's on. There's his teammate Cam, not having the best of second races is Cam. Although he is P5 though at the moment. And Deeks sat 6th. What's the difference between race 1 to race 2? You know, similar weather, later in the night. Deeks just doesn't look like he's had the best of times in this car.
The difference is when you see a driver in the same conditions, dry conditions, having a very different race from one race to the next, it's usually just down to, it could be either complacency. Oh, Deeks takes Cam out! He goes for a late lunge there. He tried to subtly send it up the inside of the last corner, but it came out a little bit like a Grosjean send it, and unfortunately there he ends up ahead of him. Oh no, he ends up behind him.
No, he's left. Yeah, Cam's got that place back.
No, it's alright. But
Sloth though, just in the background, trying to get on the back of this battle as well. Big Boy Brazier and Alfie Pitt. So these guys, and thankfully Alfie didn't have a great pit stop, in which means that Sloth, Aiden, and Cam and Deeks have all gained on Alfie. Then Big Boy Brazier is out the pits now. Where is Cam on? Where is Welshie on track? Sorry, Big Boy Brazier coming down the pit lane. And he's going to leave the pits any moment now. Welshie's a good 27 seconds behind, I do believe, if not more.
Yeah, I think Big Boy Brazier's got this one in the bag. He's driven faultlessly tonight, barring any major catastrophes with his internet. I think we should be seeing him taking another win here. And to be fair, this will be his 4th win in 4 races. We saw him take the 2 wins at Bruno last time out, so it looks like he's finally got on top of those internet woes, which have actually made this championship a hell of a lot more even than we would have expected it to be. Guys like Welshie and DJ Phil, as well as Deeks, have all been thrown rubber rings essentially due to this man's internet connection, but he's been so quick.
He's just been brilliant.
Yeah, he's been so faultless.
If anything, it's made the battle for the lead a bit boring. Alfie's still in the pits, poor time. It made the battle for the lead a bit sort of, because he's that far up the road, he's that quick, he's pro quick. And
that's the thing. Yeah, it's made it more. It's kept the battle alive, and it's made it much more exciting for us commentators and the viewers. But it would be a travesty if he doesn't win the championship in my eyes. It really would.
It would be
so perfectly driven.
Although take nothing away from what Welshie's done. Welshie's had to keep it there. Jamie's had his disconnection problem, so it's either one of these two you're kind of going to feel sorry for if they don't win the title, because Welshie's had to do the job while Jamie's not been there, and he's done it. But then Jamie's problems at the same time, you're kind of going to be gutted for whoever doesn't win this title, to be honest. But Sloth, he's really lost out running here tonight, as has DJ Phil. Deeks sort of brought himself back into it at race 1, but hasn't done a lot now.
Yeah, it's a little bit inside of Deeks, can't quite
Deeks wide.
Deeks all over the tarmac there on the exit of turn 2, and now it looks like Sloth is going to surely fancy his chances. No, he can't quite get that one done. Deeks a little bit, taking a lot of speed there on the exit of turn 4, but keep it together.
Deeks
surely going to be ricking it now though.
Deeks has got to pull away here though, Andy, because he's got that time penalty and he's really got to get a shift on if he wants to get P4. Got to get past Cam and pull away from Cam. We don't know that penalty, so really has got a lot of work to do. Could lose out to Sloth, because I mean he's right up his chuff. And Deeks just in the rear of Cam. And Sloth and Deeks have touched. So I don't know. Cam's managed to hold position there, and after all that, I think Sloth is letting Deeks keep position yet. So after all of that, all of these three touch each other, and they've all held position after that one. No one gains an advantage at all. But Deeks just trying to force the issue now. Maybe Cam caught him out there on the brakes, but nonetheless, Deeks really trying to get past him, and it's really growing the frustration between him and Cam. Sloth very wide there. Big Boy Brazier on lap 16 has a 35-second lead to Welshie. Liam Gamer still P3. But potentially under investigation at the end of this race, so we'll see if he keeps that one for the time being.
Looks like Sloth dropped off a little bit of this battle. Cam and Deeks still giving it absolutely everything here as they start lap 16, 3 to go. Big Boy Brazier is about to start the penultimate lap, but what can these guys do? Still on the lead lap at the moment, but Big Boy Brazier probably about 10-12 seconds behind on the road. If they start slowing each other down, then they might end up being a lap down. I don't know, actually Big Boy Brazier's only got 2 laps left to go, so they might just survive that one. But this is going to be so close between these boys, fighting it out for 4th place. Who's going to take it home? I wouldn't want to put a bet on this one, but Deeks looking very hot on the rearview mirrors of Cam at the moment. As look to the inside, Cam goes a little bit deep, coming through turn 4, and Deeks has got that move done.
Good move. Cam's lost it!
Out to the barriers there, he got a little bit too much onto the grass. He dipped a wheel onto the grass, and that was it. See you later, rear end. And
that is unfortunate. It's defended so well there, and that is so unfortunate to see him lose the rear end like that. Yeah. Unlucky there for Cam, as he was really holding Deeks at bay and got a good position. P4 for Cam. It would have been back-to-back fourth places. He took a fourth place in race one, so he'd have really been on for some good points tonight. I mean, sixth is nothing to be snatched at, but not P4 like he'd have wanted. But I tell you what, Big Boy Brazier, Welshie Liam in a world of their own at the moment. Liam has got to, though, keep them lap times coming in, because he is 27 seconds behind Welshie, only 12 seconds behind Deeks with 2 laps to go. So he's still got to get a job done here.
And Deeks lapping quicker than Liam, so Liam maybe starting to take it a little bit easy now as we come into the latter stages. He's not really pushing it.
Don't forget, Liam possibly under investigation by the stewards come the end of this race, so don't forget, if he gets a time penalty, he'll want that time to be as big as he can between him and Deeks. We'll have to see what happens. Aidan Bennett he's trying to get in on the back of Cam. 4 seconds is the gap between that one. DJ Phil and Alfie, so Alfie's terrible pit stops means that DJ Phil will have a bit of a race on his hands at the end of this one. Then he's been on his own all race pretty much, but he's now got the chance of gaining a position here, and it's for 8th place. The gap only 1.5 seconds. There they are, so 2 laps down, but are racing hard still, which is what we want to see.
Absolutely. DJ Phil keeping himself very much in this battle at the moment. He's lapping 3 seconds faster than Alfie, so could we be seeing DJ Phil picking up a couple of extra points here at the end of this race? It's not been the race he would have wanted. His championship hopes do appear to be drifted away just a little bit now for DJ Phil, but he might be able to race. Oh no! He gets a little bit out of shape coming out at the penultimate corner, gets it spun round beautifully, I must say, but he's definitely going to have lost out his opportunity of taking 8th place here in this race. Where's the race leader, Big Boy Brazier? He's just coming through out of the middle sector now.
He's been in a world of his own yesterday. He's been absolutely fantastic. He's been by head and shoulders above the rest as Big Boy Brazier today. No internet worries, no problems. He's been fantastic to watch. Done a good job all night. You know, not put a foot wrong, qualified strong, raced even harder.
So quick, unbelievable pace. Deserving victory here.
Brilliant race. You cannot take anything away from him. Guys, get your comments in for driver of the day. I've not seen any come in yet. Andy, your driver of the day?
Driver of the day for me, Liam Gamer. Just based on that podium finish. Great performance from him.
Well done, Jamie.
Really good finish yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout, that one. I'm going to give mine Jamie. I think it's hard not to. I think Liam had a good second race and a good pole position, but I'm going to give mine Big Boy Brazier. We'll see if we can get any in the chat come in. So Big Boy Brazier takes the race win. It looks like Welshie's solid to come home in second. Dan Davis says Liam, so does Sutty. So it looks like you might have got a prediction right here, Andy. Oh!
Everyone's going for Liam.
Oh, Andy's got a prediction.
I started a trend. Woo! So yeah, bring it home in 3rd place, guys. Massive shout out to this man. He had a good qualifying session, put it on pole position, and Big Boy Brazier and Welshie, the 2 aliens of this Pro-Am series here in the GT3s at Simplay, ran away. But what a hats off to Liam. Best of the rest tonight. Put in a hell of a performance.
Yeah. Keegs says DJ Phil every week for Keegs. You're absolutely right here as well. Liam done fantastic, his first podium, and he's going to take his first pole position, and he's going to take his second podium, and he's deserved it. Pending a steward's inquiry at the end, maybe, though, we'll have to wait and see. He's got 6 seconds to Deeks, so is that enough? If there is a time penalty at the end, we'll have to see then. Dan Davis says, do not predict me again, Andy. You curse me. Liam Gamer, though, great drive from him. He's managed to just gap Deeks up to 7 seconds.
You have got problems now, my friend.
Liam comes home P3. Deeks looks like he's going to finish in P4 after getting the better of Cam, after Cam made that slight mistake. Stealth Sloth is going to take a 5th place on what has been such a troubled night for himself. Unfortunately there. Cam will come home in 6th, though, so good point still for Cam at the end of that. You know, nothing to be disheartened with. DJ Phil will come home in P9. Aidan Bennett will get 7th place, and Alfie will take P8. Fastest lap of the race is that man, Jamie Brazier. Now, let me just do the calculations for the spreadsheet a second, because in the overall normal classification, Welshie still leads the title, by 18 points from Deeks. In the drop score standings, Welshie is tied with Big Boy Brazier. It is that close going into the final 4 races. They are tied on points. Deeks is 7 back, DJ Phil 43 back, and Stelsloff's dropped to 24 back. But I tell you what, it is all to play for. Gusset and Trusset as well have made inroads on the Constructors' Championship. That gap is 79 points after tonight. So really, Andy, it's all to play for with 6 rounds remaining.
It is wide open, but the thing is, Welshie really needs to work on just pretty much everything, because we see the lap times there. Fastest lap of the race from Big Boy Brazier was 2 seconds quicker than Welshie, so he really needs to find something in these last 4 rounds. Whether or not he's got it up his sleeve, we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be a fascinating end to this season, though, guys, in the Pro-Am Series, and we're pretty confident that both of those guys are going to be in the Pro Series for next season. Also, one that we've got to look out for, though, Matt, is who's going to pick up that 3rd spot, because that is the cut-off point. Top 3 get promotion to the Pro Series, so it's going to get very hotly contested near the end of the season.
Well, Deeks has done a great job tonight. 7 points behind he's 17 points ahead of Stelsloff, so he's done a real good job. Stelsloff not having the best nights. DJ Phil's not out of that one neither. And I tell you what, watch for Liam. This could be a surprise one, and it's an outside bet with 6 races to go. Liam sits 6th in the championship, but he's only 49 points behind DJ Phil for 5th, so keep an eye out for that one. That could be an absolute cracker. It's been fantastic to have everybody tuned in and watching this one. It's been fantastic to commentate with Andy once again. Join us tomorrow night at 8 PM for the Pro category, where we'll not see Gary 131 at his best. Maybe not see Gary 131 on the grid tomorrow, but we'll see Mazda. Can he take the upper hand, or will Sutty, Little H, Peaceful Phil have anything to say about it? Andy, final words from you?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Matt, for having me again.
Pleasure.
Great performance from Big Boy Brazier. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Enjoy, and we'll take care. So from all of us here at Simplay Motorsport, good night.